Florida has introduced the Empower Bigots Act, HB 991. It would classify accusations that someone engaged in discrimination as defamation, per se, with $35K minimum in damages. If it involves LGBTQ people in someone's beliefs, truth is no defense. It's absolutely chilling. Shouts out to Florida for going the Japanese route. An allegation that the plaintiff is discriminated against another person or group or identity because of their race, sex, sexual orientation, or gender identity constitutes defamation per se. A defendant cannot prove the truth of an allegation of discrimination with respect to sexual orientation or gender identity by citing a plaintiff's constitutionally protected religious expressions or beliefs. So they're basically saying, like, if you're religious and you, I don't know, say slurs to a trans people, that's not considered hateful misconduct. That's not considered a hate crime because your religious beliefs are that you are allowed to say that. A defendant cannot prove the truth of an allegation of discrimination with respect to sexual orientation or gender by citing plaintiff's scientific beliefs. A prevailing plaintiff for allegations under the subsection is, in addition to all other damages, entitled to statutory damages of at least $35,000. So, like, it's ironic because this is literally the opposite of what everyone always says. Like, Jordan Peterson always used to be like, yeah, actually, if you fucking misgender someone, you're going to misgender prison. Like, you're going to trans jail, right? Like, this is what they always used to say. So that obviously never happened. So what they decided instead, what they decided instead to do in Florida is, actually, you have to pay a fine if you say someone is correctly bigoted. How fucking fire is that? Also, what is a scientific belief? Like, isn't that just science? Like, what do they mean when they say scientific belief? Sorry, brother. You might believe in science, but I believe in Facebook. And that's my scientific belief. If someone calls you the F word or the T word and you say they discriminated against you, they can now sue you for at least $35K and cite their religious beliefs. This would apply on the internet as well. This would empower bigots to target the LGBTQ community with impunity. This applies to the internet as well. So if the person is in Florida, you could be liable even if you have never stepped foot in Florida. For instance, calling Seth Dillon of the Babylon Bee transphobic on Twitter could make you liable under this bill since he lives in Florida. It gets even worse. By the way, these are free speech defenders. This is a violation of the precedent set by New York Times v. Sullivan in the 60s. There's no way this doesn't go to the Supreme Court. Interesting that you talk about the Supreme Court in respect to protecting free speech. Today, of all days, is not the best day to talk about the Supreme Court protecting free speech or free expression